West Brom for me are the only team I think are completely down and out. Hello and welcome back to the Premier League preview on my channel. Today we have got a relegation battle special. This is because this weekend we have Burnley versus West Brom and Fulham versus Sheffield United. So two huge games in terms of relegation and could really spice up this relegation battle. If you are new around here, be sure to like and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 150 subscribers by the end of the month. You wouldn't have guessed because I haven't said. But anyway, we will be looking this week at the relegation battle. I know there is a Merseyside derby and there is Manchester City versus Arsenal, but I spend a lot of my time focusing on the top teams. So this week I thought I'd do something a little bit different, and if you guys obviously enjoy and hit that like button, then I will do this maybe a bit more often. But anyway, let's jump into it. So we have three fixtures which we're really going to be looking at this week, which is Manchester United versus Newcastle. No, Manchester United aren't in the relegation battle. Don't worry, United fans, it's not the beginning of the season again. Burnley versus West Brom, and we also have Sheffield United and Fulham both facing off. Three games there where every team can get points from. It's important for all of their seasons that they do. So we will start off with the one which is really the main focus of the video. It's what started this idea. Fulham versus Sheffield United, two teams that have been in better form recently. I'm sure Chris Wilder and Scott Parker will be annoyed that each other have found form in recent weeks because it would have made their lives a lot easier. Fulham have only lost one in the last 6 games, but they've also only won one, so it is still points on the board though. And of course, since the beginning of the new year, Sheffield United have been much improved, taking points away from Manchester United and a few other teams as well. The players to watch this week from this game is Chris Basham of Sheffield United and Bobby De Cordova-Reeve of Fulham. The reason I've chose this, De Cordova-Reeve is the top goal scorer for Fulham this season in the Premier League, and he has really been a bright spark. He's chipped in with 5 goals so far this season, which is not great, but it's also a lot better than some people. Fulham are definitely missing Mitrovic. Mitrovic is a quality striker, and they definitely look like an improved side with Mitrovic in the team. But Bobby De Cordova-Reeve has been a bright spark this season, and he definitely looks like a player that Sheffield United need to keep an eye on and need to keep under wraps this week. Chris Basham, on the other hand, is a completely different player to Bobby De Cordova-Reeve. One's an attacker, one's a defender, but Chris Basham for me is so confident on the ball. A great passer, great crosser, can do a lot that you wouldn't expect maybe from a centre-half. Sheffield haven't been bad defensively. I know they've lost a lot of games, but they haven't been bad defensively. There have been very few games where they've lost by 3 or 4-0. Or conceded 3 or 4, which is something you cannot say for the likes of Fulham, West Brom. So I think that's something Chris Wilder needs to hold on to, is the fact how good they can be defensively. This weekend, I think it's going to be a huge game for both teams. If Fulham win and Newcastle lose, Fulham will only be 3 points behind Newcastle. And Sheffield United need all the points they can get at this point. They need some sensational form to save them from this position. I think it's a huge relegation 6-pointer, and I think you guys need to be watching it this weekend. The next game to focus on is Burnley versus West Brom. I've done it in this order because Burnley are slightly further away from the relegation battle, but still looming in that sort of zone where you would say they could get relegated. I believe they are 15th or 16th going into this game week, so it is a big game week in terms of if they lose to West Brom, that is a relegation candidate who is taking points from them. I always pick Nick Pope as a star man for Burnley. I think he is too good now to be at that club, especially if they're going to be finishing 15th, 16th in the league. He needs some European experience, and I think that is important. He is the player who is going to win them points, win them games throughout this season. West Bromwich Albion wise, I have been very disappointed with them since Sam Allardyce has come in. We associate with Sam Allardyce teams that they will be a lot sturdier and a lot more compact and be able to actually defend well, and they've not really done that this season. Mateus Pereira as well is another player who I've been let down by. He had such a fantastic season in the Championship last season and just really hasn't hit the heights, whether that be because of injury lack of form, whatever. He's just not hit the heights we really all expected him to hit. And of course, then you've had disappointing signings like Branislav Ivanovic, where you've not really heard much of Ivanovic, considering as a former Premier League winner. I thought his experience would bring something into this side and make them defensively more compact, but it just hasn't been the case. West Brom, for me, are the only team I think are completely down and out. I know Sam Allardyce has never gone down before, but I think they will do this season. I don't think their squad is strong enough, and we know Fulham and Sheffield United and Newcastle are capable of going on good runs of form. And of course, the final game we are watching this week is Manchester United versus Newcastle United. Manchester United are just above that drop zone. No, Manchester United are 10 points behind Manchester City, so they definitely need the points. Newcastle United have, in recent weeks, they've been better. It's hard to describe. They've not been here nor there. They've been one of those teams that you kind of expect more from. I guess I could say that throughout the whole season. I've expected more from Newcastle United. A big blow, of course, losing Callum Wilson, probably just when they needed him. But the player to watch I will choose from them is Almiron. Almiron, for me, is a fantastic player. He is capable of winning a game for Newcastle United. He's a tricky player as well. It'll be interesting to see how he fares against Manchester United. I think working in those pockets just off the striker could be important to him. He had a good second half against Chelsea, but Chelsea weren't really at the races on Monday night. I think this weekend is important. They need to at least get a minimum of a point from Manchester United. At the end of the day, it's not the end of the world if they lose, but if they manage to get a point, I think that'll be really fantastic for them. Anyway, that concludes this week's Premier League preview. If you have enjoyed, like I said, be sure to like and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 150 subscribers, and we are edging ever closer to doing that. So if you are new around here, like I said, like and subscribe. I will see you on my next video, and as always, stay safe. Cheers.